Good evening, everybody. Let's start our meditation practice. Please find your comfortable posture. Keep your back straight as much as you can. Gently close your eyes. Take a few deep, long breaths and relax your whole body. Calm down your mind. Relax your whole body from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. Observe different parts of your body individually and see if they are relaxed, free from tension or strain. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out softly. Relax. 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 Let's practice loving kindness meditation. Thinking, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. May I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. Understand the meaning of each words deeply and clearly and repeat them to yourself. May I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. Be loving and kind person to yourself. If you are truly loving and kind person to yourself, it's much easier to love others. Feel peaceful, loving thoughts to yourself. May I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. May I be free from mental and physical suffering. May I be free from illness, fear, anger, hatred, jealousy, ego, worries. May I be free from all the negativities. May I be able to take care of myself happily. Now think about your family, your friends, and your loved ones. Imagine them individually. May my parents, children, grandchildren, husband or wife, boyfriend or girlfriend, best friends, close friends, all brothers and sisters. And also think about your pets. Imagine your family. May all my family be well, be happy, be peaceful. May all family members be well, be happy, be peaceful. If you have any difficult time with someone, maybe it could be a family member or someone in your life, without separating, send your loving kindness. May all my family be well, be happy, be peaceful. Now, extend all of your loving kindness and compassionate thoughts to all the world. So many people are suffering mentally and physically. Some people are in sickness, fear, danger. Some are in hunger, thirst. Some people, they don't have family, friends. In this moment, we couldn't help them, but we can send our loving kindness and compassionate thoughts. May all living beings be well, be happy, be peaceful. May all living beings be well, be happy, be peaceful. May all human beings and non-human beings, and also nature of the environment, be well, be happy, be peaceful. May all living beings be free from mental and physical suffering. May they be free from anger, hatred, worries, difficulties. May they be free from all the negativities. May they be able to take care of themselves happily. May they be well. May they be happy. May they be peaceful. Now, with your loving awareness, please slowly turn your attention to your subtle sensation of the breath. your natural, ordinary breath. Take in every breath mindfully. Take out every breath mindfully. No need to control your breathing. Send attention to the tip of your nose. If you want to change your posture, anytime you can change your posture. Do it mindfully and slowly. Keep your back straight. It's very helpful to breathe. So many sounds, thoughts, emotions come to your mind. Let them come and go, or let them be. Be mindful about each breath. Breathe in mindfully. Breathe out mindfully. Breathe in mindfully. Breathe out mindfully. This moment is wonderful moment, most important moment, because you are spending time with yourself, focusing your natural, ordinary breath. Be mindful about each breath. Breathe in mindfully. Breathe out mindfully. Now your mind and body are relaxed, peaceful and calm. Think about how important it is to practice this meditation every day, keeping ourselves happy, peaceful and balanced. Please bring your palms together in front of your heart. Make a strong determination to practice this meditation every day. May peace be with you. May all living beings be well, be happy, be peaceful. Thank you very much. Please open your eyes. Okay. Let's do our chanting. Page number 4. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Anicca vata saṅkhāra upadavaya dhammino upajjitva nirujjanti tesaṅ upasamosukho sabbe sattha avera hontu. Sabbe sattha abhyapajja hontu. Sabbe sattha anigga hontu. Sabbe sattha sukhiyattanaṃ pariharantu. Mano pubbangama dhamma mano settha manomaya manasace paduttena vasati va karoti va tato nam dukkha manveti cakkanva vahato padam mano pubbangama dhamma mano settha manomaya manasace pasannena Vasati va karoti va tato nang sukha manveti chayava anapayini.
Mind is the forerunner of all states. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If with corrupted mind one should either speak or act, suffering follows caused by that, as does the wheel follow the ox's hoof. Mind is the forerunner of all states. Mind is chief, and mind made are they. If with a clear and confident mind one should either speak or act, happiness follows caused by that, as one shadow that never leaves.
We believe.
We believe in generosity towards others. We believe the School Noble Path is marked for generosity. We believe generosity has many levels. Think generously, speak generously, act generously. We believe generosity is the heart of our spiritual practice, and this practice allows us to become accepting and forgiving. We believe extending generosity to ourselves and others is a direct way of healing division, bringing joy and nurturing this spiritual for years to come.
My wish.
May I become at all times, both now and forever, a protector for those without protection, a guide for those who have lost their way, a ship for those with an ocean to cross, a sanctuary for those in danger, a lamp for those without light, a place of refuge for those who lack shelter, and a servant to all in need. By means of this meritorious deed, may I never join with the unwise, only the wise, until the time I attain nirvana.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming this evening, practice with us. Today we have a lay Sangha Dhamma talk. Usually in the summer to fall time, we have lay the Sangha Dhamma talk. I think Tat start first Dhamma talk and he's finishing last talk he's giving today. Actually, I want to tell a few words about Tat. We usually joking, only he don't have the robes. Otherwise, he's like a monk. Yeah, and also he worked voluntarily more than 10 years at the temple manager. As a temple manager, he did such a wonderful things for the temples and also the monks. I remember when I come to here, I couldn't speak English well. I just know a few words. We all the monks who's in here and all the branches, Blue Lotus, all the monks know Tat's. Otherwise, because Bhante Sujata, he's traveling a lot. Tat's here. He has his manager. He helped a lot. Our immigration work, all the things. I mean, anytime when we monks get sick or something, anytime he come and without any complaint, he did such a wonderful help. And also now he's couple of months here, and also now he's in usually in Blue Lotus, Pennsylvania. With Bhante Soma, only is a new temple, and also in there he didn't have a place to stay. And third, he bought the place, and now he's helping there, and he's such a wonderful person. We call like a bodhisattva. He take bodhisattva vows, and he has wonderful qualities, and so grateful. and Todd. Now I would like to give a chance to give you a talk. Thank you. Maybe I can give this microphone.
Thank you very much, Bhante Amitha. It's a very nice talk, and also nice meditation. So my name is Todd Nielsen, which you see on the left-hand corner. Very small, humble, modest letters. And I'm going to tell you, help is on the way pronouncing the perplexing Pali in our chanting book. And by the sound of today's chanting, you all need a lot of help. So this is a New Year's blessing chanting. The last time I think we had it, and it was in 2019, right? And we're going to have it again this year. So it's been 2 years, December 11th. This photograph is from before then, and you can see they build a sort of gazebo or a little enclosure here in the corner, and the monks and the nuns go in there and they do the chanting. They chant much more than what's in this little book. The 3 Parita suttas with some other ones. We're just going to do a simple ones out of this book. Whoa. So the Buddha spoke in a language called Pali, which is what our chants are in Pali, and so a lot of Buddhist terms are also in Sanskrit, which is the language spoken a little bit later in India. So they're very close together when you hear the words. But there's a little difference, like nirvana in Sanskrit is nibbana in Pali, and then there's karma and kama, things like that. So we use the Pali here in the temple. Pardon me. Okay, let's get right to it. So this is a pronunciation, this is greatly simplified of vowels. So if you really want to learn how to pronounce Pali, it's sort of a long course, and you have to learn how to bark like a seal or a dog, because some of the consonants and vowels together, like oo, chu, ku, mu, like that. But we're going to simplify it. So if you look up at the screen, we'll go through the vowels. So A is pronounced as in another. So it isn't long, it's another. So like a comma. It's pretty straightforward. E is pronounced as like an end. So it's sort of the sound, like, I don't know, when I was in school they called it a schwa. I don't know if they still do that. Schwa. Maybe I'm showing my age. But a little side note, if you know the pronunciation of the Italian vowels, then it's the same as what's in here. Italian vowels. So if you listen to Italian opera like I do, you will know all these vowels already. The next one is I, but it's pronounced as in ski or brie. So it's always the E sound, like nirvana. And then O is pronounced long as in own, O. Pretty straightforward also. And then U is pronounced as in prudent. So there's not a Y before it, it's just an U sound. So it's not like sure, it's more like prudent, U sound. And then there are Ys, and they're pronounced as in yet or Tokyo. Combination in the vowel that comes after it, yet, as in yet. So those are the vowels. And then these are the consonants. They're again greatly simplified consonants. And here's a quick side note on the letter H. So in Pali, it is always pronounced as in his, as classified as a voiceless, pharyngeal fricative. Sounds vaguely obscene to me, but that's what it's called. So that's H, but we'll get to H later. So in Pali, it is always pronounced as in his. This thing's going a little crazy. Okay, K as in cat or keen. That's pretty straightforward. But KH as in black heath. So you do have to pronounce the H. So black heath. So we always try to pronounce the H's. And then G as in gate, it's always a hard G, never a soft G. As in giant, it's always a hard G, like gate or great. And then, oh, that's weird. Sorry. As I was saying, G is never a soft G, as in giant. So C is a sort of a one you have to get used to. So whoever decided to transliterate Pali decided to make C stand for the CH sound in English. So C is pronounced as in church or change. So you have to be very careful when you're reading Pali because that can trip you up. So just remember when you see C by itself, it's a CH sound. And then CH is pronounced CHH, as in witch hazel. So that's a little difficult, but you get the idea. So that even trips me up sometimes when I'm reading suttas. Okay, N is straightforward, as a neighbor or nice. N with a tilde over it is like the Spanish one. It's like canyon or señor. So I'm not sure. I guess they got lazy about the Y. They just put an N with a tilde over it. Whoever decided all this. So when you see an N with a tilde, it's like the Spanish N with the Y after it. T as in ten or toad. That's straightforward. But TH as in anthill or Sujata and as in they. As far as I know, there's no TH sound like we have in English in Pali. I don't believe so. So if you've been saying Sujatha, you've been saying it wrong. It's Sujata. So that's another one you have to look out for because it will trip you up. So TH as an anthill or Sujata. And remember I said we always pronounce the H's if we can. So Sujata. D as in dig or die. DH as in madhouse. So it's Daha, like Buddha. P as in pat or pinch. And then another tricky one, PH as in top hat, never as in photo. So the PH sound pronounced as an F is never found in Pali. If you see a PH, it's paha, like top hat. B as in back or bite. BH as in abhorrence. So try to pronounce that H, abhorrence. And then V is a sort of problematic pronunciation. A V is a sound somewhere between V as in vain and W as in wane. So I'm sure a lot of you know Ayawimala, right? So you can pronounce it as in, even though her name starts with a V, you should say Wimala. And the monks are sort of trained to do it correctly. And, if we ask them, am I saying this correctly? They'll say, yeah. If it sounds like a V, and if it sounds like a W, they say, yeah, that's correct. So you just have to just try to remember to make a V a W. That's the best thing you can do. There are a lot of sounds in Pali that English speakers have no experience pronouncing, so don't worry about it. But do try to make a V sound like a W. And then H, as I said before, must be pronounced as in hot or have, not as in hour or air. And then try to pronounce all the H's. So Dhamma, Buddha, Sangha. Of course, when we're going full speed through these chants, we often just sort of slide through it without pronouncing the H's, but do try to pronounce the H's. That will be the correct way to do it. And then another difficult one, try to pronounce both letters of a double consonant. So Buddha, or Sabba, Satta. One trick is to put a little, like microscopic millisecond space between the two letters, Buddha, Sabba, Satta. Another one is to pronounce an N between the two letters, Sabba, but that's very difficult, Satta, Buddha. So just try to pronounce it, and we won't beat you up if you don't. Sometimes it's almost impossible for like Dhamma. It's hard to put a space between the M's. Dhamma, Dhamma. Okay, so now let's practice. Actually, this is another photograph from a year-end blessing, I do believe, a few years ago. And there's a string that's passed around that we all hold, which is very interesting, so that the blessings that are coming from the chanting of the monks will make it out to everyone physically, because we're all physically connected. If you took piano when you were young, or if you take it now, you will notice that when you hit one note, the whole box will vibrate. All the strings will vibrate. And so it's the same thing in this temple when we're all chanting together. It's almost subconsciously, but we're all vibrating the same chanting. And so it's a lot like a piano, actually. Anyway, so here we see Namo Tassa, which is a difficult one to say both. And then Bhagavato. Try to make that via W, Bhagavato. Arahato. Samma Sambuddhassa, etc. And then there's a double CH, that's really difficult. Anicca, just sort of slide over it. Anicca Vata Sankhara, Upadavaya Dhammino, Upajitva, not thwa, but jitva, Nirujahanti, Tesang Vupas Samosukho. I think I see a typo there. And then Sabe Sata Awera Hontu. Make sure you say Hontu, not Hantu. Hontu. Abhyapaja Hontu. Anikha Hontu. Sugi Atanam Pariharantu. So here are some hints if you're trying to memorize various chants. Because I don't like to have to be paging through the chanting book while I should be chanting. Besides which, I have to change my glasses if I'm going to do that, which is never fun. So these two nearly identical verses, the underlying words change between these two nearly identical verses. So you'll recognize this, Mano Pumbangama Dhamma. And then the third line, Manasa Che Padutena. And remember we're talking about dukkha here, suffering. So padutena, and down to second to last line, tatonam dukkha manveti. And then the last line is different all the way between both verses. So, you can cheat and look in the book if you can't remember. Eventually you'll memorize it though. Chakamwa wahato padam. And then, so those are the words that change. Padutena, dukkha, and chakamwa wahato padam. And once again, in this one, we're talking about happiness, which is sukha. So it's always an S. So the third line down is pasanena instead of padanena. And the second to last line is tatonam sukha manveti. Sukha meaning happiness. Chayawa anapayayini. Those are the words that change from one to the other. So, if you can memorize most of this, then it's just a few words you gotta change around each time. Pretty straightforward. And then we believe you're on your own. Even I have to read it out of the book. Used to be a lot longer, but it's been shortened now. So don't feel bad about reading it out of the book. However, the next one, my wish is, it's easy to remember the order of these lines if you look at it this way. So the first two lines start with a P and a G as in pregnant. So pregnancy starts everything. So if you can just remember they start with a PG, you can remember the whole line. A protector for those without protection, and a guide for those who have lost their way. And then the middle three lines, shizzle, which sounds like sort of a dirty word, I don't know. But anyway, if you can remember shizzle, then it's a ship for those with an ocean to cross, a sanctuary for those in danger, and a lamp for those without light. And then the last two are PS, as in postscript. So that's what ends a letter or a contract or whatever. So that's the last two lines, a place of refuge for those who lack shelter, and a servant to all in need. And then the rest of it, by means of this meritorious deed, may I never join with the unwise, only the wise, until the time I attain nirvana. So this is Shantideva, who was a monk, I think in the 8th century in India, wrote this. He has a lot of very interesting quotes. Shantideva, it might behoove you to look him up in Wikipedia or somewhere. Wikipedia has a Buddhist portal, which is very interesting. It takes a little navigating to get there, but once you get there, it has a lot of really good information. Oh, and this is the polyphonics. So, Osaka Day or Buddha Day is usually almost always in the month of May. And unfortunately, of course, we haven't had it in the last 2 years. Maybe this coming May we can have it, maybe. We will see what happens with the pandemic. But there's a chanting group that we have every year. And this was probably 3 or 4 years ago, and those are Buddha kids standing in front of us. And I'm the one on the far right. And we pick a different sutta every year to chant. And Wimala's sort of the taskmaster. And Bhante Bhadia and Bhante Amitha and Bhante Asaji help us with our pronunciation. But it's really a lot of fun, and also you get a front row seat. So if it starts up again this spring, that would be great. If you can join, and don't be worried about mispronouncing things, because you'll be drowned out by everyone else. And we came up with the name, the polyphonics. So that's always a lot of fun. So may the merit of our efforts benefit all living beings. So actually this is a photograph of The suttas, the teachings of the Buddha, were first written down in Sri Lanka on these palm leaf. It's not paper, but it's a dried palm leaf. And what they would do, they would take a stylus and scratch the letters in, and then they would take lamp black or maybe charcoal and rub it into where they had scratched it in, and then they would bind it all together with string. So sutta and sutra means string, so that's where the name sutra comes from, because the teachings were all bound together with string. And before it was written down, after the Buddha, while the Buddha was alive, the monks and the nuns would memorize what he told, and after he died, they had a council where all the monks and nuns got together, and they would all chant together what they had heard from the Buddha. And, they'd chant together to make sure that they got everything right, and they didn't miss everything, and no one forgot anything, or no one was adding anything. So as I said, once it got to Sri Lanka, which was a couple hundred years, maybe after the death of the Buddha, or maybe sooner, that's when it was written down the first time. So that's why Sri Lanka is sort of the birthplace of the Pali Canon, which is the teachings of the Buddha. Supposedly there's 84,000 teachings, but there are a lot. If you get the translations, Bhikkhu Bodhi and some other monks do a really great job of translating these suttas, and you can buy them now in gigantic books. And we have a library downstairs under the shoe room. They're all down there if you want to check it out anytime. So I think that's it. We're a little early. Does anyone have any quick questions or comments? Yeah. Cha-cha. Yeah. So it's a little tricky. A lot of this is tricky for English speakers. Any other questions or comments? Oh, great. Okay, well, there's the normal announcements. So, now I do have to change my glasses. Hold on. Okay, so tomorrow evening, Bhante Amitha will be leading meditation at the Matheson Memorial Library in Elkhorn, Wisconsin from 7 to 8 p.m. If you can make it up there, or if you live up there, that would be great. You can check it out. And then this Saturday, we will be having authentic Sri Lankan lunches to go from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That can be picked up right outside the temple, the kitchen door out there in the alley. You can please register on Eventbrite, and the link will be, the menu can be viewed online, where you can also purchase our lunches. So I think it's posted on Facebook, and or you can go straight to Eventbrite and try to find it. That's sometimes a little tricky. On Sunday, October 31st, Bhikkhuni Wimala will be hosting her monthly virtual Sutta study class at 3 p.m. Please register on Eventbrite, and the link will be emailed to you 1 hour prior to the start of class. So that's only done on Zoom, the virtual Sutta study class. Next Wednesday, November the 3rd, we will be having a special candlelight meditation and chanting ceremony with Bhante Sujata right here, and the monastics from 7 to 8 p.m. And then be sure to mark your calendars for this year's New Year's blessing. It's a blessing for the year 2022. Wow. Taking place on December 11th from 4 to 7 p.m. We will be having many monks visiting from all over the country. If you would like to help sponsor one of them and help with travel expenses, and as a gift of gratitude, you may do so online or in the gift shop. The suggested donation is $150 for airplane tickets, but of course you can donate less than that or more than that if you want to. We also have a table set up in the social hall right over here, If you wish to bring or donate finger foods as well, beverages too, I suppose, please sign up for our email blast in the little table with the tassels on it by the door. Put your name and email there if you want to get our mass emails, which comes out on a Friday. And there's also a box there for donations. If you wish to make a donation, the temple and the monks are all supported by donations. So that's it for tonight, and thank you again, Bhante Amitha, for that beautiful meditation.